Okay, imagine this for a second. It's kind of a nightmare scenario, right? Your organization, it runs on its digital systems, and then poof, the master keys, those privileged credentials, they're just gone, deleted maybe or locked up,
Right.
totally inaccessible. Panic sets in, everything grinds to a halt. Well, today on the deep dive, that's exactly what we're getting into. Disaster recovery for privileged credentials. Our mission here is to unpack how organizations can aim to, well, never lose access, even in the worst case scenario,
Hmm.
and why that's not just, good housekeeping, but absolutely critical for survival.
And this isn't just theory.
Mm,
Our sources really hammer home the consequences. They're severe, very real. When these sort of keys to the kingdom disappear, we're looking at stats like 50% of businesses shutting down within 6 months of a major data breach.
60%.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's an existential threat, truly. And it's not just the big picture. When credentials go missing, IT teams, well, they're spending an average of 20-plus hours just trying to get them back.
20 plus hours.
That's the average. Think about that downtime. It feels like an eternity when your whole operation is just stuck.
Yeah, 20 hours is practically crippling for any modern business.
Yeah.
So, what makes it so hard? Why is it so terrifyingly difficult to get these credentials back once they're lost? Like, what are the sneakiest ways they can just vanish?
Right, and that's where you see the insidious nature of these threats. Our sources point out a few key ways this happens. It's not always straightforward deletion either. You might have simple accidental deletion.
Mm,
So it makes a mistake, clicks the wrong thing, and poof, critical secrets are gone. Human error happens all the time.
okay, simple mistake, huge impact.
Huge impact.
Hmm.
Then there's the big one everyone talks about, ransomware attack. Hackers get in, they encrypt those vital credentials, and suddenly your access is held hostage. Imagine that the very keys you need to even begin recovery are locked away by the attackers.
So it's not just losing the data, it's losing the ability to fix anything afterwards. That really paralyzes you, doesn't it?
Exactly. Total paralysis. And, it's not always bad actors from the outside or simple accidents. Think about a massive cloud outage.
Hmm.
Your provider has a major issue, and suddenly, even if the data is technically safe somewhere, your privileged users just can't get to the systems they need to manage.
Right. Access denied by infrastructure failure.
Precisely. Or, and this one's quite chilling, an insider threat. You might have a disgruntled administrator, someone with high-level access, who deliberately deletes access records. Sabotage. What's interesting here is how all these different paths, accident, external attack, outage, insider, they all lead back to the same critical vulnerability point. You absolutely need uninterrupted availability of privileged access.
Yeah.
We're talking about those super sensitive accounts, the passwords that control everything important in IT.
Okay, so the threats are varied and frankly scary. How do organizations actually fight back? How do they build real resilience? Our sources dig into different strategies, and a pretty common theme seems to be implementing really robust, resilient systems specifically for these credentials.
Yes, and this is where it gets quite sophisticated. It's definitely more than just running a standard backup. The core idea, you see it in leading solutions, is having a secure backup vault. This isn't just a copy, it's encrypted, it's often air-gapped, meaning physically or logically isolated, and sometimes immutable,
Immutable meaning.
meaning it can't be changed or deleted even if someone malicious gets into your main system. These master keys are stored completely separate, totally protected. Then you add automated replication, making sure up-to-date copies of those credentials exist in multiple secure places. So if one vault fails, another is ready.
Okay, so it's a protected, ready-to-go spare set of keys, basically. How does that actually kick in during a disaster? How do you get access back?
Well, these systems have a specific disaster recovery mode. When the primary system goes down, this mode activates.
Yeah.
It allows secure access, but only under very strict controls. We're talking high-level cryptographic validation, strong authentication, making sure only the right people get back in, even in chaos. That's often coupled with tamper-proof security features designed to prevent anyone from messing with those recovery keys or the vault itself.
Makes sense. Robust defenses.
And for ongoing security, there's something called zero downtime secret rotation. This means the system is constantly automatically updating critical passwords across potentially thousands of systems. But it does it seamlessly without ever interrupting the actual services. That's huge for both security hygiene and keeping things running.
Zero downtime, that's the dream, isn't it? So the sources kind of lay out a flow for this recovery, like a sequence. First, step one, the primary secrets vault becomes unavailable. That's the crisis moment. Access is cut off.
Right. Then, step two, almost immediately, the backup vault takes over. It activates that secure recovery mode we talked about. And the impressive part here is offer the speed. We're talking seconds, maybe minutes, not the 20-plus hours we mentioned earlier.
Okay, backup activates. Then step 3 must be access restored.
Exactly. Step 3, privileged access is restored. Those critical secrets are available again through the secure recovery mechanism. Operations are unblocked. And finally, the system works towards self-healing. Secrets sync back up automatically once the primary is restored, aiming for that zero downtime state. This whole approach, this resilience, it's why organizations need it. Sources suggest it can cut that access downtime massively, some say by 90%.
90% reduction in downtime. That's transformative.
Absolutely. And if you tie this back to the bigger picture, it's way beyond just making IT's life easier or avoiding a ransom payment. It really comes down to fundamental business continuity. Survival, even. Remember that initial statistic. 60% of businesses shutting down after a major breach. That's what's at stake. Having resilient privileged access isn't just a nice-to-have tech feature. It's becoming, well, an existential need in our digital age.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? I think the core takeaway is pretty clear. Having these kinds of resilient systems for your most critical access points, your privileged credentials, it's not optional anymore if you rely on digital infrastructure. It's absolutely vital for keeping operations running and, frankly, for staying in business.
Which, leaves us with a final thought, maybe something for you to chew on. In this world that's just increasingly digital, relying on seamless access for almost everything we do, how much do you truly understand about the unseen infrastructure, like these privileged credentials we've been discussing, that makes all that constant access possible? And maybe more importantly, what are the hidden risks to you, to your work, to everything, if that unseen access is ever compromised?